So what were the things that you, were there any things that you felt like in stores, 11 through 30 that were really different than what you did in the first few? And just the reason I'm asking this is just as these guys are in the middle of their growth trajectory, many of them have, started their first 3 or their first 8 or their first 12, and thinking about what the next wave of sort of innovation for them might look like.
Well, we found, and I think the same would be true as you go to multi-schools, is that as your scale went up, how you manage the stores and the process changes. Because, and also you go through the mistakes of somebody can be a great manager and you think, this guy's fantastic, and then you promote him to be a supervisor and he's not a supervisor. They're just different skills. And when you go from 10 stores to 50 stores or 50 to 100, we found that, we had to change the way we managed all the time. Mm-hmm. And, we had an interesting debate in our breakout session yesterday about, that how you have to change your thoughts about autonomy versus centralization. And, because I think that everybody here, the last thing they want to do is become what the old system was with all this central bureaucracy and all this dictation from the center and all. And so I think we get a little carried away because with us, we learned over time that the value was we really centralized all the kind of functional aspects of it and all the tasks, because our goal was to free up the store manager to meet customers and to work with his fellow AutoZoners and train them in how to best serve customers. So it wasn't that we were trying to dictate to them. We wanted to free them up, And of course, I think it's also part of the philosophy of how you do this is critically important. You've got to, like we always called our central office the store support center. And we preached to all the management in the central office that your role is to better serve the stores. That where we make it or lose it is at the store level. And so everything we do is to try to enhance the responsibility to do the thing that they're most critical at and most important at, which is meeting customers and serving them effectively and training their workforce. Anything we can do to remove tasks, to shorten how long it takes to stock a store, how long it does this. So we ended up over time getting more and more standardized at the store so that they could do the things that was most important for our success. But it's important how you get the psychology between the central office and the store. This gets a little bit into culture too, but just to show you this emphasis about how we had a very horizontal management structure, and we like to say everybody was working for the same objective, and we're all there to serve customers. So, like in the stores, we required our people to wear store manager uniforms, so we had a uniformity approach to the customer. Well, whenever I visited or anybody from the central office visited a store, we had a requirement that we all wore the store-level uniforms. And we did that for 2 reasons. One was to say to the AutoZoner, we don't ask you to do anything we don't proudly and gladly do ourselves. But secondly, and most importantly, it was because when we walked through the door of the store, we immediately would start waiting on customers. In other words, you got to walk the walk. We say it's all about customer service, so here these bosses from out of town, rather than showing up and the first thing you do is tell them what's wrong with their store, you go out there and set the example by waiting on customers. And, it really just changes the whole attitude. And it also is a great message to your management. Look, all of us are going to wear whatever hat it takes to get the job done, right? None of us are too good to do anything. In fact, the most important job in the whole operation is serving customers. So again, and this is just one little piece of 1,000 things that go up to make this culture,